Hello and welcome back to the Music City 150 where Jamie Hayes is in the lead. Now Jamie's had an up and down season so far, but tonight he is really kicking it. One of the reasons perhaps is his crew chief, Donnie Richardson, had learned from Darrell Waltrip how to make it around this track. So Donnie shared his information with Jamie and obviously it's paying off. Mike, back up to you.
Well, I'll say, and you look at Darrell Waltrip, who is from nearby Franklin, Tennessee. Actually, he's from Kentucky and moved down here to start racing late models at this racetrack. And Waltrip actually won the 3 Nextel Cup races here, 82, 83, and 84. And in that 84 season, that was the last year that the Cup Series ran here. In the last race, he and Jeff Bodine were neck and neck to the start-finish line. And Jeff Bodine has been credited with the last official Nextel Cup win here at the Nashville Speedway. But certainly Donnie Richardson, who's been around a long time, and that's got to really help Jamie Hayes. Richardson and Ken Schrader have been hooked up for a long, long time.
Yep, and Donnie Richardson, like you say, Mike, this car is stabled out of the Ken Schrader shop. Ken Schrader owns a lot of the cars and it's got all the equipment, so they teamed up with that deal and put it together, and Donnie Richardson's at the helm just doing a fine job. And I tell you, as a driver, there's no better confident feeling to come to a racetrack with a crew chief like Donnie Richardson, who's been there and done that.
How about Rogelio Lopez, who's got a driver as a crew chief, Fred Scaff, who's spent a lot of time behind the wheel and really knows how to set up these race cars for a track like this. And Lopez, who races mostly on road courses in Mexico, has done a great job here. After only having run 5 East races last year, his best finish was in the first couple of races of the year. He was 5th at Greenville Pickens, finished 4th at Elko, 5th at South Boston. Those have been his top 10s, but he has really been off the last couple of weeks. He was 26th at New Hampshire, 26th at Thompson, so he's hoping that that 03 machine will hold together a little bit and make his owner Dave Davis happy and bring home a top finish, perhaps a win, as he'll start side by side here with Jamie Hayes as light is out on the pace car, and we're about ready to go back green flag racing. Again, we're racing to lap 150. We're at lap 108 right now.
Michelle Theriot, the beneficiary this time by, she's able to bring it around, close up to the back of the field, the block sponsored automobile. She's doing a fine job here tonight. Good qualifying effort, not quite as like they qualified 18th here. They came in here and tested. Jeff Spraker, crew chief on that automobile, team owner.
I had a chance to talk to Michelle Theriot today, and Theriot was telling me that she used to be a soccer player when she was a youngster, but racing kind of took it into her blood, and that's what she's all about right now. A youngster who really wants to make a go of it, just 21 years old. Green is back out. And look at Lopez on the outside. He's going to give Hayes a battle here for the lead.
Well, that outside starting to work, Mike. There's some rubber laid down out there. Again, if you can get a good start, just like Lopez done, you were able to slingshot down the back straightaway and get a good run down there.
Oh, Rogelio Lopez is out in front for the first time here tonight. Jamie Hayes tucks alongside of him, and look at that one car running third, Jeffrey Earnhardt.
What a driver's got to do at this point in the race with 40 laps to go, he's got to take care of his tires. You got to be careful not to overdrive the right rear of that race car. If you spin them tires coming off a corner exit under heavy acceleration, it'll just get worse and worse in a matter of 2 or 3 laps. Listen to young Chase Austin on the radio. He said, man, I don't feel like I got any right rear left. No grip. But that's what this racetrack's about. You got to drive off the corners like there's an egg between your foot and the gas pedal, and you don't want to break that egg. You just got to be that smooth.
Well, they strung out the top 4. Richard Gould now running 4th. Chase Austin has slipped back to 5th.
Joey Logano back there.
How about Jerry Martin moving up to 6th? And you see on the top of your screen there, Joey Logano is 7th now. So maintaining that top 10. You know, I said I've got a top 10 car tonight. And Logano stands to make some real jumps in the point standings. We haven't talked about Matt Kovaluk, who was up there for much of the night. He is now 10th. He's 3rd in the points, and Peyton Sellers 4th in the points, still a lap down. So this could be a big points night for Joey Logano in that number 20 car.
03 car, Lopez. He's been rather smooth, not really slinging the tail of that race car. Have not seen Rogelio Lopez getting loose that much off the corner, so important here at Nashville, because once you start to get loose, you'll really eat them tires.
And his crew chief, Fred Scaff, a really neat guy, and one of the Northeast veterans. Let's go down and get more on the 03 car from Natalie.
Yeah, talking about Rogelio Lopez, you should have seen his crew just moments ago. They were standing up, cheering, so excited that he's leading, and they said that he's had mechanical issues the past few weeks, and tonight it just seems to click. So what they're telling him is to just keep it smooth and stay out front.
Yeah, you're right. Those mechanical issues, Natalie, have kept him out of the top 25 2 weeks in a row. So this is really, I'm sure, got that crew going crazy. And you know, Dan, I'm wondering if on some of those rough road courses in Mexico, that driving is not paying off for Rogelio Lopez here.
Well, I tell you, as a race car driver, yes, it will help, especially here at Nashville, the bottom side of that racetrack, the left side tires. Again, you're in the rumble strips. It feels like you're in rumble strips. It's just a rough, abrasive racetrack. A smart driver wins races here, and that's what Darrell Waltrip always was able to master. Take care of his equipment, be there at the end.
Our youngster Joey Logano is on the move. Logano posted in the 5th position now as he got by Chase Austin. That would be the battle for 4th if he could get by Richard Gould. So it might be go time now for one Joey Logano as we are approaching 30 laps to go in this race.
Well, what might have happened with Joey Logano, this may have fell into his hand. His race car was not that good. He knew that it wasn't, so he did not overdrive the tires on the race car. By doing that, late in the race, he'll move towards the front. The guys that were up front and checked out, they start moving back because they run out of tires.
You know, one thing we haven't talked about in this race, what's happened is our HDNet Performance Award, which we give for the cumulative laps led at the end of our portion of the televised season. Well, Sean Case led all last week, but yellow is out, I believe. No.
26 car Scott Booley in the wall there. Yeah. Too, but it looks like they kept the green flag out. He's able to limp around down the back stretch.
Yeah, hit the wall, but no yellow. But my point is, tonight we've had several different leaders. Jamie Hayes has led a great deal. Several other cars have led, including Rogelio Lopez. So we're kind of scrambling up the HDNet Award a little bit. I like that.
That's a good thing.
I like it.
Again, I attribute some of that to coming to a new racetrack where teams don't have the setups that they normally would. The teams that ran for years and years and years are kind of it levels the playing field. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. That's why we're seeing some names here tonight that we normally don't see up front.
And one of them right there in the one car is Jeffrey Earnhardt, and that man, Rogelio Lopez. Look at Logano getting ready to make a move on Earnhardt. This is the battle for 3rd place. And don't count Joey Logano out of this race. What a smart race this youngster has run, taking care of his equipment. And now that it's go time, looks like he's got some tires left underneath.
Well, I think it worked into his favor. Did not overdrive the race car, knew that he didn't have the race car that was perfect for him. So late in the race, he's got a little bit more tire left, and it may play right into his hands.
Logano 4th, Earnhardt is 3rd. Up front, there's Rogelio Lopez. Well, let's not forget about the 2nd place car. That's Jamie Hayes. Certainly not counting him out of this race.
About a 1.5 second spread between 1st and 2nd right now. So what Jamie has to do is just take care of his tires, be there at the end, keep him in his sights. Looks like the caution flag's out.
Well, yeah, there's Freeman again. And guess who he gets wrecked with? The car he used to drive last year, the 5 car of Jonathan Smith.
Wow.
We almost took out Rogelio Lopez. Did you see that when he turned up the racetrack?
That could have been big. He's got a little damage there on the left front of that car, John Freeman.
Well, when Freeman got going and he took that hard right, I'm not sure that he saw Rogelio Lopez, who was up there.
Wow.
In the 03 car, boy, that was really close.
He just got back from a race in France, Le Mans race, 24-hour race. And go-karts, they run a 24-hour race.
Now watch the 2 car and watch Rogelio, our leader, coming up right there. Boy, that could have been. And look at Jamie Hayes slow down and say, whoa, what are you doing there, John Freeman?
Yeah, what happened with John there, he dumped the clutch, and when he did, being we've got 18 degrees of banking on this racetrack, the tail of the race car slid down and actually pointed the race car straight up the racetrack, so that could have been big.
Well, it's going to be some wild finish here in the Music City 150. 25 laps remain.